Hello YouTube stackers, this is ST with Silver Stacking 101, where we always believe in staying stacked and packed. Stacked with silver, gold, food, ammo, and packed with the means necessary to defend our stack. This video is going to be a little bit different. We are going to step away from the economic perspective for this one video and talk about how the media often lies to us, or at the very least fails to include relevant information. Please understand, I am not a conspiracy theorist. We can sit and conjecture all kinds of scenarios in our mind, and it's a short distance from that point to accepting our conjecture as fact. I like to identify the facts. I have something I'm going to share with you today. Tomorrow or whenever, you can show your co-workers. If you have access to the internet, you can pull up the same documents I am going to show you. I'm going to tell you where to go get them. Right here I have some very interesting documents. Also, share the crap out of this video. This one needs to be seen. There are some unanswered questions that need to be answered. In October of last year, there was a horrible tragedy in Las Vegas. It was terrible. Innocent people going to a concert, living their life. Heartbreaking stuff. The authorities held one man responsible, Stephen C. Paddock. I am not questioning whether he did or did not. I'm not even going to address that on this video. I am going to address these documents and stand behind they say what they say. A false rumor made its way around the internet that at one time Mr. Paddock owned a Cessna 152. Now this is all going to become relevant in just a minute. With a N number, N number's like a tag number for a car, N number's the number for an airplane. Except it pretty much, except under rare situations, stays with the airplane throughout the lifetime of the airplane. The N number was 5343 Mike. 5343M. If you go and type in Google search FAA number lookup, you will see the result. You hit the button, it takes you to the Federal Aviation Administration's website. It'll already have the N, and you just have to put in the 5343M. That registration comes back to a deactivated Cessna 152, little two-seat, primarily a trainer. It was taken out of service in September 2001. The rumor on the internet he used to own this aircraft is false. I went through the entire registration history of the aircraft. Mr. Paddock never owned this aircraft. So this is a deregistered aircraft. Why is this relevant? Because there is a program called FlightAware. If you Google FlightAware, you can bring it up and you can type in someone's airline flight. It'll tell you where the status is on their route. If someone filed a flight plan with the FAA, it will tell you where they are in relation to the flight plan. So for laughs and giggles, up at the search bar where it says input flight number or tail number, I typed in the tail number. which again was, and I put the N on this time, which is all tail numbers inside the United States start with an N, November 5343 Mike. Just to see was anything ever filed with that aircraft. Now, I read some scuttlebutt in chat rooms that other people had done this. I didn't believe the result. Because when one checks FlightAware routinely goes into the FAA database and retrieves their information. So when one files a flight plan, he or she files with the FAA, and FlightAware gets that information from the FAA, along with the registration information, type of aircraft, and so forth. Well, back on Friday, 25 April 2014, remember, this plane was decommissioned, and it's going to start getting real good here in a minute. This plane was decommissioned in September 2001. So 2014, that tail number filed a flight plan from Dayton, Ohio to Roanoke, Virginia. But the FAA database reported to FlightAware that was a Cirrus SR-20. Now, it's unusual to only have one flight plan for this airframe because the airframe has a state-of-the-art glass cockpit. When I reviewed the radar footage for that day, they had come through a squall line, so they had to go instrument, which meant they had to file. But it does not come back to a Cessna 152, at least what the FAA in 2014 told FlightAware electronically. But we know the most recent registration has it coming back to a Cessna 152. We just checked this a few minutes ago, right? Here's the registration. Now it's going to get a little bit more interesting. First of all, I did a Google of the tail number. Got a picture of the aircraft. It clearly says on the side, 5343 Mike. That's not a Cessna 152, that's a Cirrus SR-20. FAA says that's a Cessna 152. Then it gets really weird. And then it goes super weird. I went on the FlightAware site. There's a box where it's got the name of the current owner, Volant, V-O-L-A-N-T, LLC, and it's got a little blue button, click for registration. When you do that, and here's where it starts getting real weird, bear with me, you pull up all the prior owners. Because this is all coming from the FAA database. And guess who used to own this aircraft according to the FAA? One Stephen C. Paddock. And then it gets super weird because FlightAware, first of all, has to match the FAA database. That's where they get their information. But here's what gets most weird of all. And here's the one that's going to stun you, amaze you, and stun your friends. Volant LLC, Roanoke, Virginia. I went to see if they had a website, and they did. They bill themselves as the following. Innovative scientific, engineering, and technical assistance serving the U.S. intelligence community and the Department of Defense. So on the website. Apparently they have 3 primary missions that they list on their website. Defense and the intelligence community, enduring security goal, and the last but not least, They build themselves as experts on preventing attacks. So this spook company, and that's what they are, private spooks contracting for the government, has an airplane that's not showing up in the FAA database, but clearly exists, that used to belong to the Las Vegas guy. Let me know what you think. Did you find this interesting? Have you seen this in the media? Has anybody done a story other than some alternative news outlets? I haven't seen it on the major media. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for watching. God bless you. And remember, stay stacked and packed.